you're telling me that you wouldn't want that duck. Definitely something for the Christmas season as well. And they're like little tree ornaments, and it's so squishy. The amount of time I have spent just squishing. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Holly-Beth and this is my cozy little corner. Here we do all things to do with crafts, mainly knitting, but this is to document my journey from the first project up until now. Again, this one isn't our usual knitting podcast. It is going to be kind of a little bit of a haul video. It's a little bit of a acquisitions spin-off if that makes sense. So basically, if you weren't aware, I was in Norway from basically the start of September until November. During that time I have very kindly been sent a few bits here and there. A few of these things are also early birthday presents. My birthday is on 21st of December, so there are some early birthday presents in here as well, which I thought I would just add together. We can talk about it all at once. Some of these things I won't talk about in huge detail because I have a different video coming out about them which is more specific to that brand kind of thing. Do you have a few things to go through? This is more of just a very small little haul, what I had waiting for me back in England when I got back to England, slash also some presents here and there, some really kind little gifts, and I'm very grateful and very humbled to be able to share this. I can't believe I have all of these things gifted to me. So yes, I think we should just jump straight in. Okay, to my knowledge as well, also I do have like 2 jumpers on today. It is so cold in the UK. I know it's colder elsewhere, but it is cold. The heating doesn't work very well in this house. It's cold. I think there is a few more things that I was meant to be given before I left to go to Norway, and that's okay. There's literally no rush. But there's maybe a few things that are still maybe missing, or some things that have been gifted really recently that haven't arrived yet. So yeah, there's some things that maybe some people might be like, oh, but my things weren't in there, and it's just because they're not here yet. I'm very grateful. So I think I want to maybe do this in as good of a order as I can in regards to when I maybe got them. I don't know if it's really going to make a difference, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. So first of all, these were gifted to me I think within the first week or 2 of me being in Norway. So I've waited a long time for these or I had waited a long time for these to see them. I'm going to start off with pattern books, then I'm thinking I've got some little things to show, and then I'll talk about some yarn. And yeah, that's kind of the whole premise of this video anyway. The first book that I want to, well, I have 2 very kindly gifted pattern books from Alex. So Alex, if you're watching, thank you so much. Thank you. Finally giving the credit where it's due. Thank you so much. The first one, I think I will start off with this one. So it is a crochet book. It's not a knitting book, but I do want to learn crochet. I did say that in my, I think I said it in my channel introductions video. I'm not sure. I will, as always, leave links to the whole journey of the playlist, and also any videos that I may mention here and there. But it is this, and it is the Pokemon crochet pattern book by Sabrina Summers, and it is so cute. When this came through the post, my mum was like, oh, were you expecting anything? And I was like, oh no. And she said, oh, it feels like books. So I was like, oh, okay. And I checked my Throne. If you don't know what Throne is, it's basically an online wish list where I can place things on there. Other people, anyone can suggest something to me that could be put on there, and then if people would like to, they can very kindly purchase these items and they will be shipped straight to my door, but my address stays hidden. So I love Throne. I think it's a very brilliant way of supporting someone if you want to actually gift something rather than support with like a monetary value, which is also very, very sweet regardless what avenue, you know, anyone would rather go down. Just the idea of even doing it all together is incredibly kind. Yes, massive huge thank yous. And just a quick plug in, thank you for anyone that has been supported on Ko-fi recently. I cannot explain how much that has helped me. Thank you so much. You are absolutely amazing. Back to this. Basically my mum opened up the package and she was flicking through it and she was like, oh my god, this one's so cute. Oh, this one's so cute. Oh, look at this one. So she's this I think this is her favorite out of all of the books. But yes, so it is a Pokemon crochet pattern book, and as of right now I can't properly crochet, but you damn well know that I'm going to do this. I'm going to try it. And there's some really cute choices of Pokemon in here. Like, if you're into Pokemon, I really would recommend it. It is very cute. And one thing that I find really cool about this book is that it kind of tells you all of the little like stitches you need to know. And there's some favorites in here in regards to what Pokemon are in here. You have like a little Charmander. You have, of course, there's an Eevee. I have my own little Eevee that stays on my bed and is the best support plushie that I could ever ask for, quite frankly. There's, of course, Pikachu, Psyduck, Lapras, a Magikarp. And I think my personal favourite after the Eevee is the Vaporeon. It's so cute, and there's so many more in there as well. They're just ones that I wanted to really pick out. But yes, thank you Alex, thank you for this, honestly fantastic. The second thing that Alex got, he actually got them at the exact same time, so they arrived in the same package. Oh my god, I love this. Ever since I stumbled across one of her designs before she released the frog, I've just been obsessed with her designs. So this book is by Claire Garland, and if you already know who she is, you'll know exactly what book this is. It is the Magical Woodland Knits. It's basically a book of very lifelike looking animals, so they look real. I have to say, just as a thing, the actual book itself is just beautifully laid out. Like, the attention to detail on everything is just absolutely stunning. The pictures are just so cute. Look at this. And there's some just amazing designs in here. You're telling me that you wouldn't want that duck if you were around for my channel introduction, or at any point where I have mentioned what it is that I specifically would love to get into. It really is, you know, like the plushy side of knitting and creating teddies and things like that. That's something that my great nan was she did a lot, and I hold that very dear to my heart, and I would love to do that and sort of follow in her footsteps, I guess. But like, even down to like the birds, I mean, look at these. Yeah, I'm so chuffed with this, and I'm pretty sure as well, yeah, so apart from a few other yarns, the majority of what she makes, if you wanted to use the exact yarn, is drops. So it's very affordable, which is good as well, because when you're making plushies, you have, you know, you only use like a little bit of white and you'll end up with spare, and it's just, I love it. I'm so grateful. Alex, thank you so much. Okay, then we move on to the other two books that I have. Kind of very different to each other. These were gifted to me. I believe they said it was one for like a Christmas present and one for a birthday present, which just in general is just very kind. Philip, I know that Philip does support, so yes, thank you so much. The first one, I can imagine this is going to sound quite loud, so I will try not to move it when I'm talking. Okay, now I got that out of my system. This is the Knitted Animal Hats by Fiona Goebel. Again, don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's basically a bunch of knitted animal hats for basically kids, babies, toddlers, kids, potentially older kids. I think it's definitely something that could be adjusted to make an adult size hat, because I know that I know a few people that have said, oh, I really want that. And you know, they're an adult, and there is just some super cute hats in here. I just cover over that bit, but just some, and like some of them have little boots. I'm trying to find the ones that I can show without showing patterns, but they're just they're so sweet. And hats is another thing that I have just entirely fallen in love with doing. Like, it's so cute, and the photos are also, again, very nice. Just, if you're expecting anything from me this year, expect it to be a hat, basically. And then some of them come with these super cute little leg warmers, and again, it gives you the techniques. And I just think that that's so brilliant to have. I absolutely love it. I am gonna make some of these very soon. I have two young cousins who I think both would maybe really like to have one. They don't know it, but I think that they'd really like to receive them and wear them. And then as for the last book, is this chunk. Look at the size of that, it's huge. It's very similar to the Disney book. I actually want to say that they're done by the same people. I think so. Tannis Gray. It's the Star Wars Knitting the Galaxy pattern book, and it is so chunky. There's quite a lot of, I would say this one is definitely more, the Disney book was more generalized, whereas this one seems a little bit more on the costume side, and that's okay. But I just really like as well, just like with the Disney book, it tells you, hide the pattern really quick, it shows you what it is you're making, and you know, whereabouts in the movie was it kind of worn. There are some amazing things in here that I definitely would like to make. Definitely something for the Christmas season as well. And they're like little tree ornaments. Fantastic. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much for both of those. Next, I want to really quickly run through this because I don't know what I would have done without it, because I have knitting needles here, but I don't have the right sizes. I decided that I was a little bit too nervous to bring my other set home with me. I didn't want to that just be an off day and I not be able to bring it through, and just the whole anxiety of it is just too much for me. And these sets are expensive. So on my birthday, my mama very kindly gave me this, and she let me have it early so that I could use them. But it is another one of these. It's a slightly different one. It's the normal needles, not the special ones. What that means is that they are longer. They're normal. They're not the short needles. It comes from, again, just like the other ones, a 3.5 up to a 12 mil. Obviously the 4.5s I'm using at the moment for that blanket. I absolutely love this set. This did come with my stitch markers. The other kit, some reason, just didn't, so I was happy to see those. So I now have, crazily, both sets of the Knit Pro Ginger interchangeable needles. So I think it's safe to say that I very much do like these needle sets, and I do want to talk about the needle sets a little bit more, in a little bit more depth. So if you just would like to see me talk about these needles, because I can take a video about these ones and then do a video about the other ones as well when I am back in Norway. Let me know what your thoughts are on that, if you'd like to see me talk about these properly. I very much think that they are absolutely stunning, and for me the thing that drew me towards these needles are the range of size. Is that most needle sets, they either start at like 4 or 4.5, or they go up to maybe like an 8. The thing that I really like about these two sets is they go from a 3.5 up to a 12, so they really do cover it. The 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, and then they go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, no, 10, 12. So you just have to buy the ones that are kind of in between, but even like down to the in between ones, I have a lot of respect for the range in this one, and I can safely say that both sets are beautiful. whether you get the special or the original. Very lucky to have this. I'm very, very grateful. But we're going to move on to yarn. And I have no idea how to pronounce it, but when I was in Norway, me and my other half's mum, we went and, you know, had a day out and just went to the yarn shop and went for a walk. It was super cozy. Yeah, it was really nice. And I remember we went into one of the yarn stores and they'd changed a lot. They usually have a lot of sanders garn. They had changed a lot of their display from the last time I was there, back in winter last year. They changed their display to have more like hand dyed, potentially indie dyers. I don't know if I'd say indie dyers, maybe they are, I don't know, but more like the hand dyed, different brands. There was Knitting for Olive in there as well. It looked and felt beautiful, but very pricey. I will put the name of it on the screen rather than try and butcher it myself. We walked up to these and I said, oh, that looks stunning, look at that. And yeah, she completely agreed, and so much so that we went within the, I think it was like the last few nights I was there, she was like, oh, I have a present for you. I very kindly got gifted actually a lot. His parents were so kind with what they gifted me, but one of the things was this little hang, and I love it so much. The colours are just beautiful. Look at this hang. Oh, and it's so squishy. The amount of time I have spent just squishing. The colourway, I want to say it's a German brand. I would need to check that and confirm whether it is or not. But the colourway is 2078T. There is a name on it, which I appreciate. Not many yarns have colour names on there. Straw von Gesten. That was just for fun. I know I can't pronounce that right and I apologise. But again, I would have put it on the screen. And it's the boots type. And so there is a bunch of writing on here. Let me read it. It is 44% superwash wool, 42% cotton, and 14% polyamide. It's basically a wool cotton blend with a little bit of polyamide in there. And it is just gorgeous. It's a sock weight and it's roughly 400 meters for 100 grams. And this is 100 grams. 400 meters. Yeah, very nice. Some really nice, basically sock weight yarn. And I just think it's just stunning. So yeah, I was very kindly gifted that for my birthday. I was very happy. Now we very quickly move on to all of this stuff. And this stuff is not things that I will go through in depth, because this in itself, I think I have plans on making its own whole video basically. But it is yarn from Aldi. It is their So Crafty, I think it's the So Crafty brand. And my nan was basically, and my aunt I think, was looking in Aldi and they saw it and they thought, okay, maybe Holly will want some of that for her birthday and Christmas. Needless to say, I'm very happy with it. There is all different things going on here. There is a pack of 8 of these, which is their rainbow yarn, and it is in bright emerald. It's basically a mix of greens, purples, blues, and yeah, I think it's an 80% acrylic. Where is it? 80% acrylic, 20% wool, which is actually quite good in my opinion. Very rarely the companies have any wool. I think this is a worsted weight. But yeah, so I have 8 of these. They are 50 grams. I think they are all 50 grams, these ones from Aldi. And it seems to be just their Christmas range. So yeah, you have these to look forward to. See if they're actually worth it. The other one is their ombre yarn, which is like in the denim colour. They are the same. It's just that I decided to put them both out so you could see. Worth mentioning as well, all of these come with, not individual, but each individual type, like the ombre yarn, the rainbow yarn, they all have their own like pattern on the inside of the label. It's pretty cool. So when you buy yarn, you get a free pattern. I think that's very cool. You can see what the ombre colours are going to do. 50 grams, 80% wool, 20% no, 80% acrylic, 20% wool. Exciting. And then there is this one. I have 8 of those as well, by the way, which is all of these. These are 100% acrylic. They definitely smell like it as well. But these are more of a DK weight. There is 2 of each of these colours, and honestly, they're really, really nice. I would say that this is maybe more... The colours are very accurate on the camera, but I would say that they're a little bit brighter in person. So this is maybe a little bit more orange, this is a little bit more red, this is a little bit more of a brighter plum. This one's fairly accurate. So there's those. And then finally, I mentioned this in my podcast a little, very briefly, and again I'll mention it properly again in this video, is this. And I have 2. The other one is still back, still needing to be fixed. Purple one and a maroon coloured one, and they're basically just a yarn cake that have like a little tinsel sparkle going round, and it comes with a pom-pom, all of them do, and the hat pattern is on the inside. It's 85 grams in this one, and yeah, this is also a DK weight. So that's everything that I have to show, which is a hell of a lot. Like it's a lot, don't get me wrong, there's a lot. I just wanted to say a massive thank you to everyone that has gifted me anything, whether it be for my birthday, Christmas, or just as a gift. I'm truly grateful and truly honoured to, you know, receive such amazing gifts as well. So yeah, just a massive thank you so much to everyone that gifted me something when I wasn't even in the country. I hope that if you liked the video, make sure you give it a like. Let me know what you thought of everything in the comments below, as always. And if you're not already, please do subscribe. It really does help me out. And this is something we're doing for the long haul. You know, this is a whole journey, and it's not just going to end once I start doing complicated projects. You know, there's so much learning and there's so much involved. So yeah. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. And if you have watched all the way to the end, you're an absolute gem. Thank you so much. I will see you guys in the next one, probably the podcast. Thank you for supporting. Thank you so much. And I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys very, very soon.